Hi, thank you so much for joining Competitive Edge Show today. We are so excited about our guest, Dr. Taunya Lowe, and wanted to first remind you to follow us on Twitter. You can follow me at Shantha Lynette. Of course, I am the host of the Competitive Edge Show. My company is Competitive Edge Social Media Marketing. We do brand awareness, brand recognition campaigns, and social media marketing so that you can grow your sales. We also help companies in terms of consulting and training. We'd love to help you out. So definitely check us out at competitivebrand.com. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Competitive Edge Social. Today I have Dr. Taunya Lowe. So excited. She is a champion of change, a visionary, and she does some wonderful things in the space of mindset. She has her own master class, and definitely wanted to bring her on. One of the things that I first started talking with Dr. Lowe about was mindset, and also her mastermind group, and how her initiatives have really helped her reach her goals, and how her, as a coach, she helps others with clarity and vision. And one of her initiatives that she's working on right now is the Riot Starter Symposium. She's all about starting a riot in your business and your life. And so without further ado, I definitely wanted to give Dr. Lowe a chance to share more about herself and more about her, what she does and how she can help entrepreneurs just like you. So thank you so much, Dr. Lowe, for joining us. And also, just a side note, we are having issues with the actual recording. So we can't get the video, but we certainly have her lovely voice and her lovely avatar. And if you have any questions for Dr. Lowe, definitely leave them in the message on the right side of the screen. Thank you, Dr. Lowe.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here with you this morning. And I'm so excited about this talk today.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to have you. Yes. So tell us some more about your background. How did you get started, and how do you help other entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs achieve their goals?
Well, wow. My background is human services. I come from a human services background, started out in public health, ventured over to mental health. I have a master's in counseling and psychological services, and then got my doctorate in human services. So I've always been in the teaching, training, helping arena.
Okay.
And a couple of years ago, I added a new component to my business. So once I transitioned out of counseling per se, I started consulting, working with companies, government agencies, government entities, helping them stay out of trouble, helping them train their staff. And one of the things that I noticed was that there were a lot of disconnects between the leadership and the staff. And so I found myself doing things outside of the realm of what I was hired for. A little bit after that, I joined the John Maxwell team because I found myself doing a lot of leadership development. I've done leadership development since 1999.
Okay.
And so I wanted to formally do that with my clients. And so it just really kind of combining all of my backgrounds.
Yeah. So how did joining the John Maxwell team, for many who don't know, John Maxwell is a leader in leadership development. Can you tell us more about your experience with the team and how that's really helped you get to where you are today?
So what that has done for me, Shantha, is it helped me to launch my book, Want to Start a Riot Change, which, this whole Riot Starter movement comes from. And it also really taught me about the basics of masterminding. We do a lot of masterminding in the John Maxwell team amongst each other. They teach us how to do it for our clients, as well as there's a whole coaching lane. And so I was able to add coaching to my consultation. So I really like to get in there and help my clients develop what it is that the riot they'd like to start, which is a little bit different from coaching. I always tell people coaching and consultation is very different. And I probably lean more to the consultation side.
Okay. And so let's take a few steps back. Can you go into masterminding? Can you describe it for people who don't know, who haven't started that process of their journey and how that can really help us, on the various levels. How can it help?
Oh, wow. Shanda, I think that I've been a part of a mastermind even before I knew what masterminding was. The term mastermind goes back to Napoleon Hill when he wrote his breakthrough book, Think and Grow Rich, 75 years ago. People are still reading it today.
Right.
And so it's a group when two or more people who are like-minded, same work ethic, they've got that synergy, they come together to work on or plan a project or an activity. I find that I get more done when I am involved in a mastermind group for myself, and as well as when I'm leading mastermind groups or master classes, because as I'm helping people to start their riots and create their goals, I'm also learning from them. And so masterminding, I would definitely recommend as people move toward their 2016 goals that they look at joining a mastermind group or creating that synergy with someone, because what it does is it adds accountability, it adds support, it adds resources. I was reading a great article about reasons to join a mastermind group, and it was right on point. It was in Forbes magazine, and it talked about getting being a part of a community, a community of support. So many of us, whether we're entrepreneurs or intrapreneurs, don't have the support that we need.
Absolutely. It is. When I first started out, it felt very lonely, and there were so many things, so many questions that I had, and I didn't know where to go, where to get information. You can Google stuff all day, but that doesn't necessarily mean that information's accurate or those people have actually traveled that. Okay. In terms of masterminds, I know you just described so many key benefits to a mastermind. Can you talk a little bit more about a master class and go into your master class and how, what types of things it does in the lives of entrepreneurs and intrapreneurs alike?
Oh, yes, I'd love to. So there is no difference between a master class and a mastermind. It's just really semantics. Most people don't know what a mastermind is. I think with the whole Oprah phenomena, master class just sounds a little more inviting.
Yeah.
And so you hear one or two of those terms, but there is no difference. So this spring, I started my very first masterclass, the Riot Starter No Excuses Masterclass. We started it right after our symposium to really give people an opportunity to take their dreams to the next level and to execute in 90 days or less. It was a very intensive course. We've made some changes, and we're now all automated. So, as we talk about technology is a process.
Yes.
It's great because it really gives people an opportunity to dig in and start working with a group of people led by a facilitator, led by a coach, led by someone who can help you work through those areas where you tend to get stuck. I like to tell my clients, you can't get stuck if you keep moving.
Absolutely. I love that. That's awesome. So let's talk about mindset. Mindset is everything to me. I've just now, over the past year, really had a major mindset shift. I never even considered a mindset. And I know I'm part of your masterclass, and I love the story that you told about the legacy of mindset and a vision board for you, even growing up. That was a part of your childhood. You had you have awesome parents that encourage that, but not everyone even knows the word mindset. A lot of us just go through life kind of, letting life take us where it takes us, and not even considering our attitude is really a a reflection of our situation. And so can you go into mindset a little bit, the importance of mindset, how those mindset shifts can take place when you are a part of a mastermind or a group of people trying to, in your corner, rallying for you and challenging you? How is mindset affected in that regard?
Well, Shantha, we may not use the term mindset, but we all either have a growth or a stagnant mindset. We are either on that path of growth, getting to the next level. I can do it. I believe in me. Or we're on that path of the opposite.
So there's no in between. Is that what you're saying?
There's really no, not for me. No, I don't believe there is an in between, because then when you've got that in between, you're kind of like in what, purgatory. You're just kind of like in the middle. I don't know. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I won't do it. And what happens is when you're in the middle, you do nothing. And so the thing about mindset, it's truly believing that even though there are challenges, because there will be challenges, even though there are challenges, you're still going to get it done. You still believe in your ability. You might not believe in your ability 150%, but you believe in it enough to take action. And that's what we want you to do. That's what I want people to do, is to take action and not die with your dreams, not die with your goals, not live a life of being unhappy, whether you are an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, you work for yourself or you work in your company. Find that sweet spot, find that happy place, and you do it by mindset.
Yeah. I love what you said, not dying with your dreams. And one part of my story is my mom, who passed away 2 years ago. And when she was dying, I went to care for her. And when she was on her deathbed, a lot of things she would say things like, let's go get that convertible and drive to Mardi Gras, or let's go to the beach. And she didn't realize that that physically she couldn't do it, but her spirit and her mind wanted her to. Right. And it was an awakening for me, a major awakening, because I realized that I didn't want to be, on my deathbed praying and wishing, hoping that I could, or that I had have done things and made certain decisions. And that's part of why I left corporate America, because life was too short, and I did it right around that time. And for me, something happened major in my life for me to take that step and that leap of faith. For people who don't have those major life experiences in order to push them toward their dreams or their goals, and so they won't die with their dreams, what's the first step that they can take in order to go from point A to point B, in order to start moving toward those goals?
So the first step that I recommend people take is to really do an analysis of where you are, and it's twofold. Am I happy with my current situation? When we talk about being a riot starter, we're talking about being a riot starter for your life, your business, your career, your legacy. So, for example, someone who's not happy with the legacy that they're going to live, then I would ask them, what type of legacy do you want to live? And if someone is just really focused on financial, it's really not going to click for them. They've got, it's bigger than just finances. And so, we all have to eat, but it's so much bigger than just, I want to make a lot of money. And so I have them do that analysis of where they are. And there's so many people, Shantha, that have amazing dreams and goals and things that they're working on that they want to bring forth and give birth to, but because of mindset, because of fear, because someone told them that they shouldn't or they can't, then they don't. But they don't have that passion deep inside of them. So first, starting with analysis. Then second, visualizing that place. Visualizing, we talk about in the masterclass, hold your image. Keep your eyes on your eyes. We say that in yoga. Keep your eyes on your eyes. Because when you keep your eyes on your eyes, you're keeping your eyes on your goal. When you hold your image, You're keeping your eyes on your goal, regardless of how your boat gets tossed on the river. You're not going to let it go. And there are going to be opportunity situations where your boat is going to get tossed. You're going to fail, but that's a part of the journey. That's a part of the learning process to really starting a right for your life, your business, and your career.
Yeah.
And so I would say do that self-analysis, visualize it, and then get support.
Okay. And support in what way? In terms of a mastermind or
Oh my goodness, yes,
loved ones?
Working, well, let me tell you a little story about loved ones. A lot of times when we decide that we're going to step out and live the life that we crave, we expect that we're going to get this awesome cheerleading squad of people that are going to support us. And it doesn't work that way, unfortunately, because they don't hold the vision. They don't see the vision.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always tell people, don't get upset or disappointed when your family and your friends don't support you or they don't see the vision. They don't have the capacity to do it.
Okay.
They just don't. So a lot of times you have to go out and get support through either working one-on-one with the coach or joining a mastermind class or master group to really help you get to that next level. Also encourage networking so that you can meet people to expand your group, because once you step out and you decide to do it, you're going to have to expand your group.
Okay.
You're going to have to expand your group. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And what about a mastermind? Are they only for entrepreneurs or other coaches, or is it only for a certain type of people, or even people who work a corporate job every day? Should they be involved in masterminds?
Oh my goodness, yes. A mastermind group, master classes, they're for everyone. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to start a program, that my Impact Experience Leadership youth program. So I'm going to
wow.
Young girls how to mastermind and get that synergy amongst each other.
Oh, that's awesome. Start them early, for sure.
Exactly. So when they're our age, they're not struggling.
Right.
but no, a mastermind or master class is for anyone. I love when I go into companies and I'll do a mastermind group. One of the mastermind groups that I do in companies is the 21 Laws of Leadership, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. If you know John Maxwell, you know that book, and I go in and I work with companies through that, or we will create a mastermind based on their needs. Or when I'm working one-on-one coaching with an executive or with a client, that's masterminding. That's masterminding, helping them get through those rough points of so that they can succeed.
Okay, yeah. So what are some blocks that you typically see, or some recurring blocks that a lot of us have that we need to look out for?
Fear.
Yeah.
Fear is I think the number one block. It's like, wow, I've left my job. Now what? Oh my goodness. And fear can be a motivator, because if you know that you are afraid, and if you keep in mind that the beauty is on the other side of that fear, you're going to keep walking toward it, and so fear holds people back. I see a lot of people, they start a project and then they stop, or they start their business and then they go back to corporate America, but then they're not happy because that's not where they were supposed to be. And they do it because of fear. The other thing that holds people back are what I call the gremlins, or those voices in your head that tells you you're not good enough, you shouldn't be doing this, you don't deserve this, who told you you could do this, who told you you could be great. So the gremlins that we have about ourselves, and then the gremlins that other people have put on us, whether it's our parents or a school teacher or an experience you have with an employer that told you you'll never amount to, you're not good enough. And so those things cause people to stay back in the rafters and not move forward. And then lack of support. lack of support, not having that supportive system of people that they can call up and say, hey, I want to run this idea by you, or hey, I'm thinking about leaving my job. I've always wanted to travel the world, or, whatever the right is that they want to start, not having that support or feeling alone, as you talked about, when you start your business. And so it's so important to create our own network of people who can support us in our endeavors.
Yes, I'm so thankful for my network. And really my network, that's a lot of my business, not, maybe not necessarily my network doing business with me, but definitely the referrals, the leads, getting out there. People really want to know who you are. They want to meet you. We can do a lot on social media, a lot with a computer screen, but actually forging those real relationships and getting in deep with people, that's really been a driving factor in a lot of the things that I've been able to do, for sure. So what are some misconceptions about masterminds, about master groups, master classes, having a network of people trying to reach toward the same goals? What are some misconceptions that you've seen, and how can you address those misconceptions?
So one of the things that we do as a part of the John Maxwell team is we will take one of his books, and that we will mastermind that. And sometimes people feel like, oh, well, that's just a book club. And no, it's not a book club, because we're not, okay, well, tell us about the chapter that you read, but it's application.
Mm.
So you learn it, and then how do you live it, and then how do you lead it? And so that's about application. And so if you ever are a part of a mastermind where they're working through a book, I know a lot of people do Think and Grow Rich mastermind groups that are so, so powerful. It's not a book club. It's really about the application. How do you apply this to your life?
Yeah, I love the accountability factor with that application. It's one thing to learn something. It's another to actually put it into practice.
Exactly. And I think another misconception is I'm going to go to this group and I'm going to get everything that I need and not give. Being a part of a mastermind group or it's give and take. So you're not there to just be a sponge. You're there to be a sponge to learn all you can learn, but then you also want to share with other people in the group. And that's the thing that's so powerful about a mastermind group. I'm in a mastermind group myself that I just joined. I was invited to, and it's great, just the synergy of how everyone has come together to support some of the initiatives that I have coming up, and how we
Awesome.
how we all just kind of rally behind each other. So it's not just we get together for coffee, but that you're actually working through some issues, and that accountability piece is huge. It's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, I just wanted to find out what you're working on, and especially about the symposium. Can you talk more about the symposium and the associated masterclass that goes along with that, and anything else, any other initiatives you're working on right now?
Oh, I'd love to. So the White Starter Symposium is February 5th in Atlanta, Georgia. And the theme for next year is Entrepreneurs and Entrepreneurs Discovering the Possibilities Together. And the purpose of the symposium is really to get people to, move beyond resolutions and move beyond vision boards and really put an action plan together for the new year. And so that's why we have it at the beginning of the year. And we bring in great speakers to not only just provide you with information, but to actually help you have a plan. When you have a plan for how you're going to move forth in those areas, whether it's how am I going to calm the crazy in my workplace? We've got Peggy Parks talking about the cost of incivility, and how do I build my network? We've got a great woman, Chichi Okizi, talking about networking like a pro. or how do I find my creativity in a copycat world? There's so many things that we need to be talking about as we move forward, as we grow. And this year I really wanted to focus on entrepreneurs, those people that were in business, in companies, and they're happy in companies, but they have the same challenges as people who have their own business. And
Awesome.
so we bring them together so we can share in that time. And then after the master class, after the symposium, we run a master class that will run every 6 weeks. It's an online dual type of program where most of the work is done online, and then we have coaching once a week to really help people execute in 90 days or less. So if you say, hey, this is what I need to get moving, then the masterclass is for you. It's for you to get in there and do the work. And I tell people that you've got to be motivated. No one's gonna hold your hand. You'll get some hand holding, but you'll get some hand slapping too. But you've got to be motivated to get the work done. You've got to get the work done. And so the masterclass, I always learn so much from the participants in the class, because it's not, we share struggles. I was in a group where someone said, you're my mirror, I'm your mirror. So if you're dealing with fear, there are opportunities when I'm dealing with fear too. So let's talk about how we can work through that together.
Absolutely. Certainly very powerful. And so it's so needed. So where can people find you? Where can they get in touch with you? I know you talked about the mastermind that you're starting for the girls. Where can people find out about all that good stuff? Yeah.
Okay. So, you can visit my website, drtaunyalowe.com. It's an interactive website. You can connect with all of my social media from that website. You can also pick up a free gift when you join our mailing list. And you can find out about the Riot Starter Symposium as well. So that's Dr. DrTaunya Lowe, LOWE.com, drtaunyalowe.com.
Absolutely. Thank you. And don't forget, guys, if you're in Atlanta, check out the Riot Starter Symposium February 5th. It's at the Commerce Club in Atlanta. We'd love to see you there. And for more information, get your tickets at www.theriot.starter.com. And thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, Dr. Lowe. I am so enlightened about mastermind groups, and I'm going to run out and even the one that I have started, face it with even more fervor. So I'm excited about just growing even more. And I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Great. Thank you, Shantha. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right. Bye.